Hey, what's good? This is Jorge Manuel. Thank you for hanging out with me for a bit. Today I got something that's very near and dear to my heart, and it is a Jordan 13. It is a Jordan 13 in the Royal colorway, so stand by for more details on that. Before we get started, think about liking the video if you're enjoying the content so far. And I just want to take a quick minute to again thank all of you for taking me beyond the 200 subscription mark. It really does mean a lot to me. I know it's not that many yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So thank you very much for those of you that have subscribed. And if you haven't subscribed yet, think about hitting that subscription. I will be doing a giveaway at 250 subscribers, so all it takes is one click, so go ahead and do that, and maybe even think about hitting that bell one time. Hitting that bell will notify you whenever I drop another video, and I will be giving details on that giveaway very shortly, so you don't want to miss out. Hit that bell just one time. And finally, I do have a very, very important announcement at the end of this video. So stand by to the end of this video for that announcement. Let's get it going. The Jordan 13 in the royal blue colorway. So this is again a very special sneaker for me. Now, it isn't this sneaker specifically that holds that special place, but it is in a way by association. So the Jordan 13, let me give y'all a quick little story, and I'll try to make it quick. Hopefully it doesn't drag on, but it is story time now. So I'll go to the end of the story first, and then we'll rewind a bit. Point blank, the Jordan 13 Bread is my favorite sneaker of all time. And let me explain a little bit why. The Jordan 13 first came out, the Bread colorway that is, it came out in 1998. So I'm gonna go ahead and date myself a bit here, but I was in middle school when that came out. Now, I was always a Jordan fan, and I'm not gonna say I was like the biggest Jordan fan of all time. There were other basketball players that I enjoyed watching, and I'm from the West Coast. So Jordan was obviously a phenom, and I did get to see several games live on TV of Jordan back in his heyday, in his prime. So I'm very lucky to have lived through that. But I wouldn't say that I've always been a fan of Jordans. although I was a fan of him as a player, in terms of shoes, I was never the biggest fan, just because I was a lot younger, obviously, and I couldn't afford the shoes, so they weren't even in my realm. So not even for me, not for my family. We didn't come from money, so Jordans weren't really an option back then. And now I've always been into shoes. I can remember the very first shoe that I was ever into, which again, I'm gonna date myself, but these were the Reebok pumps. And I remember when they came out, I wanna say in the early 90s, and the Reebok pumps, for those of y'all that don't know, had a little basketball on the tongue that you can press and it would inflate the tongue of your shoe, which I feel like at the time was really ahead of its time. Now you have shoes that purposely have thicker tongues, and back then Reebok were the first ones to really give us that. And those were the shoes that I can remember really wanting back in the day. So I've always been into shoes, but then when in 1998, and let me set the stage a little bit. In 1998, I was in middle school, and I was a huge fan of card collecting. And similar to what we're experiencing nowadays, where trading cards are a huge wave now. For those of y'all that are in the know, y'all know that Pokemon cards, football cards, baseball cards, like they're all blowing up. The resale market on those is absolutely insane. And something similar to that was happening back in 1998. And what the big wave was before Pokemon cards, because I still got a little bit of that when I was like a freshman in high school. But personally, the cards that I was really into were X-Men cards. And back in the day, X-Men cards were the absolute wave. I could recall going to my local card shop almost on a daily basis with change that I found, trying to get a packet of cards, of X-Men cards. And similar to nowadays, what you want to see when you open up one of those pack of cards is a foil card or a shiny card, what we called them back in the day. And they actually came like this. They were holographic cards, holograms. And that was the wave back in the day. Again, similar to how it is now. If I could describe the feeling of getting one of those cards in one of those packets to something similar today, I would say it's like getting that W on sneakers, getting that notification that says got 'em. That's the same feeling that I would get when I would get one of those holographic cards, X-Men cards back in the day. Now let me go ahead and connect this to the Jordan 13. If y'all don't know where I'm going with this by now, the Jordan 13 came out again 1998. I was in middle school, and when these came out, all the kids that had money, all the popular kids got those Bread 13s. And what really caught my eye was, obviously, you can never go wrong with a black and a red Jordan. And that was the very first thing. But the thing that really sealed it for me, the thing that really blew my mind, was the little hologram in the back of the Jordan 13. Now, when the sun hit that just the right way, I gotta say, that's when everything changed. That's when my addiction to Jordan shoes started. And now I know the Jordan 13 isn't the most popular silhouette. For me, the Bread 13 is it. It's the greatest shoe of all time for me. And again, it's because of that experience that I'm telling you right now. Now, the reason this particular shoe is special for me is because of what Nike likes to do with its most iconic, its most important silhouettes. Let me explain a little bit. So the Air Max 1 is probably the most important shoe in Nike's history. The Air Max 1, when it came out, it was very controversial, and it was actually one of Tinker Hatfield's designs. Now, he went into a lot of hot water for showing the little air bubble on the sole, and it's almost a given that if that shoe would not have been successful, he would not have been with the company very long. And how that impacts Jordans, we wouldn't have silhouettes like the Jordan 3, the 4, the 5, had it not been for Tinker Hatfield. So if the Air Max 1 is not successful, though we don't have those Jordans. The Air Max, to say the least, is the most important Nike silhouette. And just like every other silhouette, the best color, the one that everybody wants, the most popular one is the OG. And what is the OG? It is the University Red. It is this shoe right here, right? So this Air Max, although this is the Flyknit version, is the most popular Air Max 1, and it does come in a red colorway. Now, what Nike always likes to do with their most important silhouettes is it's got the OG red colorway. And what does Nike do? They always give us that sort of the sibling to the colorway, the OG colorway, the evil twin, if you will. And which one is that? It is this shoe right here. It is the Royal colorway, right? You got the OG and the Royal, the evil twin. Nike always does this with their most important silhouettes. Another example of that is, of course, the Jordan 1s. So for many people, the Bread Jordan 1 is the greatest shoe of all time. Another, again, obviously iconic Nike Jordan silhouette. So what does Nike do? They give us the Jordan 1 in the Bread. This one here, now this is obviously not the OG, this is the Bread toe. Unfortunately, I don't own the OG, but this definitely sort of made up for that. What is the evil twin of this one? You got the Royal Jordan 1 right here, right? So again, you got the Bread and the Royal, and this is what I mean. So what Nike likes to do is always give it the counterpart in the Royal colorway. And now, I don't know the history of this Royal. I don't believe we have had a Jordan 13 Royal. Now, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. What the Jordan 13 Bread means to me, and to have it in a Royal colorway is just what I've been wanting without knowing it forever. I will say that in the Air Max, in the Jordan, and in almost any silhouette where we do have that combination of a red and then a Royal, I always prefer the Royal, including with the Jordan 1s and the Air Maxes. I do prefer the Royal colorways. Now, I know that's going to be a very unpopular opinion, and what can I say? That's just what I like. It's my opinion, and I'm going to stick to it. I love those Royal colorways, and I'm not going to say that for this one, just because of what the Bread 13 means to me. This is not going to be, I'm not going to like this better than that Bread 13. There's no question about that. But it does, again, mean so much to me by association. And here is a quick look at the Bread 13, my favorite shoe of all time. Alright, I hope y'all enjoyed that quick look at that Bread 13. Again, my favorite shoe of all time. That hologram in the back just does it for me. There's also a similar design on the sole that I'll show you once I lace the Royal 13s. But let's go ahead and unbox. I'm sorry for the drawn out story, but again, I just wanted to explain why these 13s are very special to me. But let's go ahead, unbox, lace these up, and move on. All right, let me stop messing around. Let's go ahead and unbox this and see if it lives up to the hype that I've been giving it. All right, y'all, moment of truth. I hope I haven't been hyping these up too much, but what can I say? I'm so, when I first saw these announced, I immediately immediately took me back to middle school again, to first falling in love with Jordans. It's pretty emotional, if you will. Let's go ahead and take a look. So obviously, classic 13 box. And here we go with the size tag. So it is black, hyper royal, and black white. Let's go. I just do not want to be disappointed right now because of what this shoe means to me. But let's go ahead and take a look. It's good. It's very good. All right, y'all. Here it is. The Jordan 13 in the royal colorway. And it's just exactly like the Bread 13 in terms of the materials. Now, I will say that the leather on the toe box here isn't as good as the 13, and I'll give you close-ups of that in a little bit. But in terms of the rest of the shoe, the quality I would say is better than the Bread 13. I don't know if y'all remember when the 13s dropped, but I think it was 2017, and those definitely sat on the shelves, which I was a little bit offended when I would walk into the Foot Locker and see the Bread 13s there weeks after the drop, just because of the bias that I hold for them. But part of the reason why they sat was because the quality wasn't just wasn't there. And what I mean by that, to be more specific, is there was a lot of glue stains on the 13 Bread colorway. Just like if y'all remember the Mellow 13s, that was a yellow colorway, the suede was yellow. Those were actually downgraded to a B grade and were sent straight to outlets. And same with those, there were just glue stains everywhere. That was the main complaint. And those Bread 13s had a little bit of that too. So I feel like that's why they suffered in terms of demand. But if you look at those Bread 13s now in the resale market, they're going kind of crazy. But again, this one is a lot better in terms of that in itself. But again, I'm sorry for talking so much. I'm gonna go ahead and lace these up the right way, and then we'll give you some close-ups, and then we'll wrap this up. All right, my people, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. Final thoughts on the shoe. Again, I absolutely love this shoe. There is no way I'm getting rid of this, and in fact I will be doubling up on this when they come out, and they come out next Saturdays, so monitor that if you're a fan of the shoe. For me, it's a must, an absolute must. So I'm glad I got them early, and I will be getting them again on drop day without a doubt. But let's go ahead and move to the announcement that I mentioned earlier on in this video. So because I am a little emotional about this, I'm gonna go ahead and do something a little drastic. I'm gonna announce a special giveaway now. This will only happen if I can reach a milestone that I really want. So I don't think it'll happen, but if it does, then I'm gonna stick to it. So here it goes. If I get to 500 subscribers, which I only got 200 now, so it might be something impossible, but if y'all get me to 500 subscribers by Christmas, 500 subscribers by Christmas, I will be raffling these off for free, along with the giveaway that I was gonna do at 250, which is a Jordan 1 high. I'm not sure that y'all heard me. I will be raffling off this Jordan 13, a Jordan 1 high, if y'all get me to 500 subscribers. 500 subscribers by Christmas, and I'm giving these shoes and some Jordan 1s for free. So hit that subscription, hit that bell, and let's go ahead and do that. And if we can't, it's all good. We will still be doing the Jordan 1 high early next year. No big deal. But I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. And for those of you that haven't, now you have some motivation to do so. Let's go ahead and see if we can reach that milestone. I'm out. Thank y'all for the time. I'll see you on the next one.